Hello, friends. Hello, hello. My name is Janessa Oriel, and I am the Director of Field Enablement and Community. And I am here on my favorite day at my favorite time. It is Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And I am so grateful that you're joining, whether it's live or you're catching the replay, whether you found me here in the group, or maybe someone shared this video with your team page or somewhere else because they thought it might be relevant to you. So I am excited to be able to be here because, as you know, every day at Penny is a big day. And so today we're going to talk through, I've been having an incredible time getting to know everybody as they've been jumping into this group, jumping into this community, answering questions, finding out what you want to learn, how you want to grow, how you want to grow your business. Growth seems to be the word of the day, week, maybe even year, right? We're almost at the end of the year, since it's already November. So I wanted to make sure that we make Penny as relevant for you and your business as possible. Now, the vast majority of our friends here watching are on the Thrive or Essential platform, which means that their companies have not yet partnered with Penny. So what does that mean? It means that you don't have the ability to have all of your information automatically entered into Penny for you. It means you need to sort of roll up your sleeves and do a little bit of work to make sure that all of your contacts are in Penny and relevant for you. Now, of course, here at Penny, we have you absolutely covered. We have a million ways to be able to get information into Penny for you. The first of which is to have contacts uploaded from your phone. Another way is to go ahead and take a CSV from your computer and upload a list. Maybe you have a list from another platform. Maybe you have a list that you've exported from your back office. However you have a list of contacts, there's a way to be able to get those contacts in. That's how I got contacts in here. You can also upload them from your phone as well. I might have already said that one. Oh, and then we have also Penny Plus, and this is a Chrome extension browser. And there's more information that I can share in the comments after the video on Penny Plus. It is incredible, and it's a great way to be able to prospect utilizing, like this, Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, wherever you're on the web. The beauty is you can get your contacts in from there as well. But once you get the contacts in, sometimes it can be a little bit confusing. So I want to talk through exactly that today. I have my handy dandy phone right here. Okay. And I want to be able to go ahead and show you what to do once you have contacts in. Now, once you are in Penny, you're automatically going to be taken to the daily. The daily is that center tab down here. But we're not going to be diving into that right now. What we're going to do is we're going to dive into our contacts tab. So under down lower right hand corner, you're going to tap on more. Okay. So once you go into more, you're going to go ahead and go into contacts. Again, you want to make sure that you have contacts in Penny, and we talked about all the ways to do that. And again, I'll be sharing some information down in the comments with tutorials later on. But let's say you've got contacts in Penny. I have here, once you select Penny, you see all the contacts that you have. Now, underneath, for example, Ted, you can see Ted is listed as a customer. Ted is listed as a customer because I've gone in and listed him as a customer. Anybody like, for example, let's look at Wendy Kurtz down lower right-hand corner here, sort of over, can I reach it? Here, okay. Wendy, so if you open this particular contact, it's going to automatically encourage you to categorize this particular contact. And it's important to do so that way Penny is going to be delivering you the appropriate reach outs and suggestions to connect with this particular person. So in this example, I'm going to list that Wendy is a prospect. And then I'm going to go ahead and select categorize. Now, Penny never wants anyone to fall through the cracks. So Penny is going to always, always, always encourage you to follow up with anybody that is in Penny. Once you categorize them, they are listed in a specific funnel, and we're going to, or Penny is going to hand deliver appropriate reach outs based on how they are categorized. So let's say that Wendy is a hot prospect, meaning that I already said that I was interested in having her join my team and I want to connect with her soon. So maybe I will do tomorrow. Okay. Then you can go ahead and hit schedule. It's important that once you schedule it, you can add any notes. Let's say that maybe we met at the grocery store, right? So met at grocery, I have to be able to speak, store. So you can add any contacts or any notes that are relevant to you. You can add this here. If you're uploading a list, it's also important to note if you have anything listed in the notes section, that's going to end up on the activity timeline. Add note to reach out. Do you want to add any tags? You can add tags at this point too. We're not going to dive into this just yet. We'll get there as we do these lives. We'll continue to dive into feature after feature after feature. But for now, you can go ahead and select next. And then now you can see that Wendy down there, like I said, over here, is now listed as a prospect. So you can see, let's talk about how we might list somebody as a customer. It's important, again, because this information isn't coming from your back office, you want to go ahead and make sure that you're listing people appropriately. So we're going to categorize as a customer, add a recent order date right here at the top. We want to go ahead and select when the order was placed. Maybe it was placed last week. Now it's going to ask how frequently this particular customer would order. This is important. This is based on your products and whether you have a product that is consumed or seasonal. Maybe you want to, or how frequently your customer cycle of ordering is. So for example, if someone would order from you once a month, that's fairly frequently in this industry. You can say monthly. Of course, typical for direct sales overall tends to be like quarterly, right? Every 3 months. So if you want your customers to order from you on a quarterly basis, you can select every 3 months, every 6 months. You can see, you can make it work for you. Okay. So in this example, I'm actually going to say every 3 months. Once you do that, select next, and you're going to add products. So maybe, let me see. I'm going to say shooting stars. I don't know why, that's just what came up. So you'll enter the products here. Okay. The goal is to be able to add some things that, I'm just adding space-related things. The goal is to be able to, this is a prompt for you to be able to remember what this particular customer has ordered in the past, okay? And then you can, again, we're gonna encourage you to take any notes. If there's any notes that are relevant, you can add there, attach note to the order. You can also attach the note to the profile. Okay, so that's a little different. If it's attached to the order, then obviously it's just tied to that particular order. But if it's something that you want to remember like forever, then you'll attach it to the profile. In this case, I'm going to attach it right to the order and hit next. This is where the magic happens, friend. And this is where typically people get a little bit confused. They're like, I don't know how to put the order in. I don't know what I want to do. So in this is the customer tasks. These are the scheduled activities that are going to come up for this particular customer. Now, you want to go ahead and look this over, okay? So you have the ability to, you're going to want to connect with your customers. We give you a couple of opportunities to connect, and these tasks are going to show up on the dates that you see here. So checking in on November 6th. Now, today is after November 6th, at least where I'm sitting, right? But you want to make sure that you see that would prompt at that point in time, okay? And then we're going to have you connect again, the 28th, December 19th, January 2nd, and then reminding that particular customer to order again. If you are looking to increase your customer order frequency, most direct sellers only sell to a customer one time. One time. You work really hard for that customer, and the vast majority, I think the number that's coming up in my brain is about 70% of customers are one-time orders and done. Why do you think that is? Probably because their consultant, distributor, independent consultant, ambassador, whatever, right? Typically, it's because those individuals are not reaching back out to that customer to see if they like what they have, if they're interested in ordering more, if they're interested in new things. So this cycle is going to do really good things for you because it's going to make sure that that customer is well tended to, and you're going to continue to connect and reach out to that particular customer. So then when you say looks good, now what happens if that customer orders again and you list an order in that customer contact, then that cycle starts all over again. Okay, so it's something to note. Really important. Now, the beauty is once you get a number of your contacts categorized, okay, you can actually go over, back into the contacts, and you can see these particular customers. So let's open this one. You have the ability to see a lot of information here. The last order, you can see when their last order date is. if you can go ahead and contact them right from their profile. You can look at the content available, and we're going to dive into that in a future live. It's a little bit too much for today, but you can actually find that content there if you want to start playing in advance, right? Just for my overachievers. Ta-da. And then you can edit, you can merge, and you can delete. Where it gets exciting is you have the activity, so you have the ability to see what's coming up and when those tasks are going to hit your daily, okay? You also can look at any tags that have been added. So this is really important. You also have the ability to add a task at any point. You can add a note at any point, and you can add an order at any point. So all of that is here and ready to go. You also have the ability to see your past activity down here. Okay, so that's all I want to dive into today. I know these lives can be very overwhelming and exciting, and you want to jump right in. I am so happy that you're here to jump in, but I don't want to give you too much too quick, because as you're taking Penny and you're adapting it to your business and you're making it work for you, I want to make sure it's in bite-sized pieces, right? We don't want anything that's overly complicated, overly crazy, because typically what happens is people get really excited and they start getting into it, and then all of a sudden they're like, this is so overwhelming, I'm tapping out, and it's not going to be great for your business. Our goal is to be able to do this in tiny bite-sized pieces. So my task for you today is, if you don't already have contacts in Penny, let's go ahead and get contacts in Penny, number one. Number two is, once you get those contacts in, spend some time. I'm talking like 5 minutes a day, okay? No more than that. I want you to spend a few minutes a day going through and categorizing your contacts. Again, 5 minutes a day in Penny, no more, no less, right? So jump in, categorize some contacts, list some orders. If you have a ton of orders because you're super successful, as I know you are, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and start logging from right now forward. Anybody that places an order today, you get them into Penny, you get them their orders listed, and that way you're going to start to fill your funnel with customers that are super relevant. If you have additional time in your day after you get today's orders in, and you still haven't hit your 5 minutes within Penny, then you can go and enter yesterday's orders, for example. But the goal is bite-sized pieces, day by day. I'm here to help you with it. If you have questions, please drop them below in the comments. Next week, we're going to dive into content, I think, unless some really exciting questions come up. I'm here for you, and I can't wait to see you next week. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. Bye, friends.